Alright, so the last video I was looking for pools where it says the beginning of my pool days. Well, this video is actually not like a day or two after. Like I said, once I started looking for pools, I was on it almost every day, just lurking in my area especially, because there's a lot of go throughs, a lot of hills and stuff. And that's where this whole day, this was all one day again. Started lurking and then ended with a pool party because I would do it that way. I would like look for pools. If I found something, I'd tell my friends, you know, and then we'd all go to the pool and just, kind of just go crazy with it. Did that a couple times. It's kind of hard to pull it off. I got lucky in the beginning, but this is me starting to lurk. This first clip, you're gonna see my little brother there. He was in town. This is before he moved back to LA, so he was visiting right here, and we just went lurking for a bit. I ended up taking him home at one point because I was just really wanted to lurk more and more. But here we're looking through lots, and this lot I was trying to find a pool. To be more exact, I was trying to this a lot of lots and areas can lead or extend into yards where you can actually peek and see a pool. And I was trying to look at a pool at this point. I was just trying to see it to see what it looked like, because that I'm like the I always try sometimes to look at a pool first before I actually go and ask the people, see if it's worth it or see what I can see. And that's what I was trying to do. And that lot, unfortunately, didn't lead me there. So it's a dead end. This little cactus, dry brush area. But I ended up finding a lot eventually. But that was, that's further down the line. So maybe soon I'll inform that one. But let's get it going. Yeah, what you're seeing right here is like one of the saddest sights to ever go and see, especially when it's laid out like this. This is really close to the last clip, like literally a block away, around the corner or so. And I walked into this apartment, I was like, wow, I just saw this, but there was a little bit of hope in me, like maybe one day I'll dig it out. And then I was really looking, maybe one day I'll come at night and dig it out. And at that point, it really hit me how much dirt that actually is. And, when you talk about water, that takes a long time. But imagine dirt, which is like 10 times heavier, definitely. That probably will never happen unless I have a whole crew and army. So let's maybe work on that now, because these apartments are still being lived in, and it's a still active apartment. The apartments would have to be shut down, or I'd have to get the whole apartment, everyone there on my side to do this. Doubt that's ever gonna happen, but who knows? This is all really close proximity. I was walking to these last three locations. They were so close in the same block. And then I went to this one, and it was a bank to wall pool. I couldn't tell at the moment, but I had to go back to double check. But right here, I was peeking on the side to see if I can get a clip or if I could see it. And then I went to the front door, knocked, and this old man appeared in the window, looked at me, and just nodded his head, told me, like, used his hand and shush, whoosh, tell me, like, what is that called? When you shooed me away. Yeah. So I fucking left, and but bank to wall pools, it's a bank to wall, so it wasn't even worth it. It fucking worked out. Hell yeah. Yep. Then I went to South Pass right here. Drove down. I put my board over. I guess. It was not kind of hiding the fact I was going to this area, but it was 3 blocks of really big area with 3 houses that are actually shut down. And I went there recently again to go check it out to see what I saw, or to see if even some of it was somewhat skatable, because I remember it being not entirely tore down, this pool, but it kind of is. We went back and there's actually grass growing in it now. Shout out to Angel and Gabriel if you guys are watching this. Yeah, you guys were there recently, like a couple weeks ago. You checked it out again. Um, and it has a hole. It has holes in it. This is something to keep in mind. When pools have holes in them, and to the soil to the bottom, you don't have to drain them because the water just gets sucked up by the soil. So there's a couple pools that I can actually skate, and I know I'll never have to drain them because they have holes. So maybe we should start drilling holes in pools that we know. Pools that we know we can drill holes in, and we don't have to drain. because it'll drain itself. Also in South Pasadena, I saw this. Checks they had a pool. Looked like they stopped working on this house a while ago. They just kind of abandoned the progress. I had to go under the fence here, and I was scratching the shit on my leg, because of the way I did it. And what you're gonna see, I went here. I had to go to the side. I had to climb over all this stuff just to get over. I had to do a lot of climbing on this one, and it didn't end up being a good pool. You'll see, but it was a good experience because it taught me. I think this was the beginning of me learning how to go in a fenced off areas, what you're gonna deal with. It was a good prep for the future. Yeah, so the pool ended up being a really big meatloaf pool. Like the loaf came out further than Anthony. So it'll stop the hell out of your truck. I mean, it's probably doable to slash. Ooh, man, that's even. I would be surprised, but I like believing that it's possible because skating is one of those things that you just are always surprised by what's possible. And then right here, there was a big ass dragonfly that came and sat, and watched, and it was beautiful to see it. Right here, Sereno Apartments. I found the pool. Ended up skating this a couple months after, maybe a month after, 2 months after, and it ended up being really hard to skate. That light, my friend Boyle went over it. Boyle Raw on Instagram, not Boyle, not Israel. But yeah, it was, and then it was so cancerous. Every time we took a run, these all these apartments, all the cancer dust would just, it was like, it was. I felt bad for the people living there because we're throwing a bunch of dust up, and this guy came out and kicked us out basically. But that's another video for another time because that was a pool story in itself. This part sucked. This got me really heartbroken, not because there's a turtle there, but I show up to this house in Sereno. This is after the apartments, and then I come here. And I'm like, okay, I know they have a pool back here. And I saw a skateboard right by the door, and I saw this turtle, and the house had like a bunch of random toys and objects there. I'm like, this looks like inviting. This looks like this person's open to something. So I'm there, and I'm like, man, I don't want to be standing here like being a creep in front of their house, like waiting for someone to come out. Because no, I couldn't walk to the door. The fence was closed. I don't want to really just be looking and trying to like alert somebody. I don't want them to be suspicious of me just standing in front of their house. So I started just filming this turtle and talking to the turtle because he looked cool, and he was, And the person that came out ended up being someone that would go to the skate park, but he was a rollerblader. And I was trying to talk to him about the pool, and to this day, he does not want us to skate it because of whatever reasons. Yep, as you can see, I showed up, and this one was already empty, already ready to go. It was like a dream, dude, come true. I just found it like this. It's close to my house. This was in Sereno as well. And I knocked on the door and didn't hear anybody. Knocked on the door again. I was waiting. I was like, fed up with the day. Just went to the back, and then this is what I saw, and I knew it was on. Took videos of it. Texted all the homies. Like it was Friday. I was like, let's end the day here. This cool pool. And I didn't get any videos, and you can't really tell, but I had a beautiful view of like all the South Pass Highland Park hills, and then you can see a lot of El Sereno too, because this is on top of this one street that goes up and almost into the South Pasadena mountain or hills. and it was such a nice house. And we were convinced it was abandoned because we got skated a couple of days, but someone ended up living there. I'll explain more as we go on because some of these clips connect to what ended up happening in the long term. There it is, the skating, but there's obviously a big gap of I ended up leaving and doing had to do some other stuff before I could even go back and skate it. My friend Tyler just so happened to be calling me to see if I was going to be skating. I told him I just found this pool, and he showed up before me. Actually, he was waiting like 30 minutes, almost an hour for me to show up because I told him don't go in yet until like everybody gets here because I wasn't sure if we are gonna get kicked out because obviously the bar's not gonna be dry. We can skate it, and as soon as I actually told him, you know, at one point I felt like I was waiting, making him wait too long. My friends were lagging. I was like, you know what, go for it, dude. Sesh it, get warmed up. We're gonna be on our way right now. I show up and he's like doing this crazy. He was selfie filming himself skate this pool, which is gnarly, by himself back there up in this house that was just yeah doing some crazy trick. All this stuff he's trying right now. I think he was trying by himself when we showed up. Oh yeah, and we found out it was abandoned because he ended up going back. He took the infamous Willie Lara, who got a backside blunt on that seat right there on the left. And as they were skating it, I guess they said these people came out, and they said they were really nice, but they were like tripping out, and they were like, "Hey, you guys gotta go." But they got to skate it, and they were the ones that found out I was abandoned. And then I went back recently with Larry, and we got kicked out too. We were like almost gonna pump it. I thought no one was there again, because maybe it's a house that's also empty, not lived in for some time, and then someone shows up and I guess takes care of the property or whatever. It looks abandoned, man. It looks the same as it does in this video. I was just there the other day. It's so.
I'll get back.
Obviously, he's fucking really good at pulls and transition too, and he was killing it. I was fucking just like, I was amazed. It's the best pool skating I'd seen up to that point in person. Um, and then he had to leave. It was me and him and like as he was walking out, my friends got there, and we ended up having a little pool party. They brought some beers. We were just chilling back. This nice fucking house. Those clips are coming up. But that's pretty much the end of it. If I think so, I don't think I'm gonna be saying anymore. But let's just keep going. Whoa. Fuck it. Whoa. They got it. I just realized. What the hell me shit? Yeah, I was doing some steep drops, and then I tried this little run into or ollie into the pool. You're gonna see me try a front side front board layback. I don't know what it's called, but trying that. Didn't get it. Good day though. Good day. Oh, but of course, there's a little bit more to the story. The second time we came back, I think a week later or less, maybe a couple of days later, we brought more people and we were filming, going to other pools, and someone showed up. One of the neighbors came, and he came and he was like, "Hey, do you guys have permission to be here?" And we told him no. We were just honest, and we just said we're gonna be there for a bit, we're just skateboarding. And he was cool. He's like, "Okay," and he walked away. He didn't tell us that it was lived in, which we had to find out on our own. But we kind of thought it was gonna be more of a go because even the neighbor was cool. But no, someone ended up living there.